12:01. We'll dive into Oilers lines from practice. I mean, we'll talk some Oilers today, but yeah. Oh, can you change that there, Nancil, too? Yeah, everybody's in a good mood today. Wow, what a finish to that hockey game. If you were watching over on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. Rip City Step says, so we're talking hypothetical Jeff Skinner to the Oilers scenarios, right? Yeah. How about no, Rip City Step?
How about no?
Yeah, Big Uke says, hashtag Skinner Jet.
Ooh.
This isn't a thing, right? I didn't miss this?
You know what? I generally would get information telling me no, but then somebody else within the organization would come up with a ridiculous idea and has the ear of the owner, and then it actually happens. So I have no clue. But no, if you're a smart hockey mind, you would say no, thank you.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
probably not going to be a thing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
All right, it is the Oil Stream. We are brought to you by Boston Pizza. Vincenzo says, I saw the reaction on the Hangout. Loved it. We watched it at work on the big smart board. Absolutely
Nice.
loved the reaction. I mean, I'm just so happy that game didn't go to overtime.
Oh,
because
God,
I couldn't, like mentally or physically, my heart, I don't think I could have handled it. Second of all, it would have been a shame for that game to end 3-on-3. Sorry.
I know.
Like, thank God they got it done on the power play. I was already sitting there going, oh my God, please tell me we're not going to 3-on-3 and Sebastian Aho is going to get loose and go win this game, and that's how we're going to lose this thing. Like, fortunately, Connor McDavid exists, and he always knows where to put the puck.
What a goal.
And he managed to find a
moment.
man, and they put it in the back of the net.
Like, Stanley Cups are amazing. And listen, I haven't been able to enjoy Stanley Cup run since 2006 without being like a media member.
Yeah.
And it's cool for those markets, or if you're fans of those teams, where the Olympics are, I think, a step above the Stanley Cup, is it brings entire countries together, and they're frozen in those moments while they watch together.
Yeah.
Like today. And we had Marshall watching with us in the Hangout studio.
Yeah.
And I thought, how cool is that? Like, he's got his dad behind him. He got pulled out of school. And I saw X-Ray J pulled his daughter out of school because he saw what you did with Marshall.
Oh, there we go. I love it.
Yeah. And
Well,
you
and it worked
remember,
out well. Like, that's a core memory now.
Absolutely.
For both of us, to be honest with you. Like,
absolutely. I remember in 2002, we watched the gold medal game against the Americans at home. My dad's like, if Canada wins, we're going to do big screen TV. And they did. Like, it was awesome.
Did he follow up on that?
He certainly did.
He did?
Yeah.
I like Dad's making just crazy proclamations partway through the game. He's just so excited.
Old Reno, man. Like,
Yeah.
we did. It was awesome. And then I remember also the game against Belt, the semifinal game, going to BP, presenting sponsor of the Oil Stream.
Oh, there we go.
And I have the mug Tony gave me.
Oh, that
This
looks
thing's
nice.
awesome. Yeah.
Tony never gave me a mug.
Oh, maybe there's one in the back for you. Anyway, I remember skipping school. I asked my mom, can I skip to watch this semifinal Olympic game? She's like, yeah, fine. And I watched at BP with my hockey buddies, and it was an amazing moment. Then obviously 2006 sucked, but 2010, Vancouver, the whole country is watching the gold. We had a huge watch party at my buddy Gunther's house. It was amazing. And then 2014, like Awanek brought up, I spent 20 hours at Hudson's downtown.
That was your legendary Hudson's run.
Yeah. So
My God.
today was one of those moments. Sunday will be an even better moment if they win, and it's in dramatic fashion, and it's everybody, 40 million plus people, not just, a pocket of 1 million to 2 million people here or there, or 5 whatever million in Toronto. Like, it's everybody in the country.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Unless you're a lunatic and don't love this country. So
it's what did I say? In 2010, when the golden goal was scored, it was I was at my apartment that I lived in when I first moved down here. Tam hadn't moved down yet because we were getting married later. Like, that would have been in the winter. We got married in June, so she was still living in Fort Mac, and we didn't go out. It was just me and the Godfather.
Oh, no.
Me and the Godfather, just the two of us on my couch in my apartment watching the golden goal. And then, I mean, I can't even remember 2014. I cannot remember what I was doing in 2014. Was it early? Okay, so
it was like 5 in the morning, I think.
I wouldn't have kids yet, though. I wonder what I was doing. If you were with me,
you were probably doing something.
If you were with me in 2014 at the watching the game Remind me of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. Anyway, this was great today.
Oh, so awesome.
This was absolutely terrific. I mean, Connor McDavid with the C on his chest, Tommy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cuthbert said it at some point, like, it's red alert when that line's on the ice.
Absolutely.
And they moved McKinnon up there again, and they just let those guys cook. I will say this about McKinnon, if I may, and it might be because all we do is watch Connor McDavid, and Connor McDavid is such a pass first guy.
Yeah.
There's multiple times when I'm watching McKinnon, and I'm like, man, move that puck. Get that puck to Celebrini or McDavid.
I know.
And it sounds like he just scored the goal that sent us to the gold medal game. But it's not watching him every single game with Colorado, and now watch him here with a guy like McDavid who has a pass first mentality. Celebrini very well rounded. I mean, but I think he makes the right decision on when to move the puck. McKinnon does carry the puck a lot.
Yeah, but he's a bull.
I don't know if I wouldn't say he's been a bull through this tournament.
No,
so
but
far,
he's been
right?
something's been bothering. Remember, he's puking on the bench, and he got nicked up a little bit. He was leaning on his leg a bit, so he's battling through, as we like to say. Larzy texting in via the nasty chat says, "I remember watching the '72 Summit Series in school. Teachers rolled in a 20-inch TV to our class.
That's all you had then. Like, that was it. That was the way.
Remember, they would pull the TV on the big cart?
That happened when we were in elementary school still.
Yeah.
The school had like 3 TVs, and you had to rotate through them.
They
and
had
stuff.
to be rented by the teacher, or booked by the teacher. And I remember having a discussion with Cal in the park, because he talked about how I said 2010 Golden Goal was the biggest moment in Canadian national hockey history. And Cal, among others, of a certain vintage, were like, no, 72. And I said, I've read about 72. I've watched the documentaries on 72. And I understand, because it was the height of the Cold War, and it was Canada against the big bad Soviets, right? And that was our moment in our game, which the Soviets were starting to become very good at, if not the best. And the Canadians ended up winning that in dramatic fashion with Paul Henderson, obviously. But I'll go back to it. This is the Olympics, where the whole world is watching.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's an interesting.
Not just a couple countries that are embroiled in
that's a good point on the Summit Series. Like, how many other countries were like even cared that Canada and Russia were? I don't know. I'm
sure there were some.
I don't know what that was, but that's an interesting comparison on it for sure.
Yeah. And what I will not ever disagree with, and nor can I really understand, because I wasn't there or not even born, is how much it meant to Canadians at that time.
Outside of the hockey?
Yeah, like just the hockey
in the current situation,
and the political situation, the environment that existed, that I can't grasp. I can only listen and hear and read and try to absorb as much as possible, but because you didn't live in that moment, you don't understand. So I have to, bow out and say, I don't know what the emotion was like. I'm sure it was incredible, right? But just as a global stage, 2010 to me was huge.
I just retweeted something from Just Habs 18. It says Canadian Heritage Moment, and it's got Celebrini's skate right at the edge of the blue line, and Mark Kennedy sliding with his finger, just touching it.
That's so good.
That's extremely well done.
That's so good.
There was no way they could have called that back. I mean, there was not a conclusive look.
No, it was.
It almost looks like it came in simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like, let me just see if I can zoom in on the one that he put here. Like, this is actually a pretty good look on the Mark Kennedy meme. Celebrini, the back of Celebrini's right blade is still on the blue line, and the puck is like coming in right over there. So, it's like the same. It's onside. They got it right.
They got it right. Oh, so close. And even you said, you're like, oh, sloppy.
Yeah, like when they came into the zone, if you go back and watch the hangout, like you can just tell when McDavid brings the puck into the zone, it's usually perfectly smooth.
Nice and clean, yeah.
And at that moment when he brought it in, there was a little bit of a hesitation. And I was just like, oh, I was sloppy. But I didn't think it wasn't a clear offside. But when they challenged it, I was like, oh man, they must be going back to that entry that I thought was sloppy. And then luckily it was, can you imagine if that thing got called back? Oh. And then we go to overtime and lose to the
heartbreak.
Finns. Oh my God.
And shout out to the Canadian women's team. That was a gutsy effort, and it just if it sucked the way they lost yesterday. But today, the men kind of bring back the good vibes in spades.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Lots to continue to get from this game and set up the gold medal game. Obviously, the United States, they play against Slovakia at 1:10 our time. So the boys will be keeping you up to date on that on EST afternoons and into the Reed Wilkins show. Reed is off today, but Glue Guy and Awanak, I believe, will have you taken care of this afternoon, and we'll know who Canada is going to be playing as well by that time. So they'll be breaking that down and starting to set up the gold medal game. Do you start the gold medal game with McKinnon, with McDavid, and celebrate? You've gone to it pretty much every game.
Yeah, they had Wilson on there a little bit today.
Yeah,
right?
they started with him up there a little bit.
Maybe you start with Wilson on there.
See, but I loved Wilson, Marchand, and Bennett. And if it's against the States, man,
then you want to mix it up.
Give me that line. Give me that line.
If that's the strategy, then okay. Like, I honestly don't know how to question. I saw people texting in during the hangout, like, why did they bring Parayko? Why is an 80-year-old Doughty out there? I get it.
Because you're on tilt during the game.
You're on tilt.
Right?
Yeah, but I try to take a step back. I try. This is like one of the few times I could be a fan of hockey or of a team. And I go, you know what? Just shut up, Tom, and let the guys that have won multiple Stanley Cups, gold medals, championships do what's right. That's how I try to just be
just
in the
let
moment.
them figure it out.
Let them figure it out.
See, but I think if Cooper's watching that game, he's got to really like the Bennett Marchand Wilson line.
Maybe he found something there.
I think he has, especially for a game against the U.S. where you want to maybe play with a little bit more of an edge. Put those three guys together, and I tell the U.S., if it is U.S., nothing against Slovakia. Slovakia could very well upset them. They've been great so far in the tournament. But if it is the Americans, I would just be like, here's McKinnon, here's McDavid, here's Celebrini.
Good luck.
Stop them.
Yeah.
Stop them. Like, it's one game. McKinnon might not be feeling well. It's one game. Just let those three guys go on an absolute tear.
I said this to Awanek. I said, I still have confidence when those guys aren't on the ice that the other guys coming out are a threat to score every shift because of how good the personnel is up front for Canada. That's just me. Maybe I have too much faith in the Canadians.
Couple text messages that we didn't get to on the Lock Shop today. Jack from Cincinnati texted in on the Lock Shop today and said, my glorious King Connor will never be denied. He has converted me into a Canadian. How about that?
Wow.
Jack from Cincinnati, who obviously is an Oilers fan, who obviously loves Connor McDavid. Sounds like he might be cheering for Connor against the Americans. Incredible. Waddy in Cloverdale texted in and said, Marshall Bueller's day off.
Nice.
Which was kind of funny as well.
There will be a parade.
There's a...
Look at this back and forth between Teemu Salani and Chris Pronger. Thank you. Who sent that in? Thank you to Mark and Peace,
on Twitter?
Peace Country for pointing that out.
Okay, give it to me.
All right. So Teemu Salani, about
I didn't even know Salani was on Twitter.
Yeah, at 11:24. It's now 12:15 our time. Beating greatest hockey country in the world and Canadian referees same night is impossible, I guess. Absolutely embarrassing penalty. 90 seconds to go in Olympic semifinal. What a joke. Expletive emoji face. Pronger replies, I hear ya, Timo, but you know as well as I do, you cannot sit back for 30-plus minutes in this type of tournament and not expect bad things to happen. Just saying. Shrug emoji. What is wild is two legends of the game who won a Stanley Cup together.
Yeah.
Both have been Olympic medalists, are going back and forth with emojis on a social platform in 2026.
Yeah, I love the Salani red face anger emoji. And Pronger just like, meh. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to discuss just from that. I mean, it wasn't going to be called until McKinnon. Like, McKinnon snapped the head back.
He sold it so well.
He sold it very well.
Wow, nice pirouette.
I will say this, and I pretend to be Finnish sometimes.
You do.
If I was a true Finn, I would be livid about that call too.
It was a high stick.
Yeah, it was, but they weren't going to. McKinnon sold it beautifully.
Yes, he did.
He did. I can see why Solani's pissed.
Yep.
I will also say this about not just the Olympics, but Chris Pronger on Twitter in general. He takes no prisoners. Like, he goes at everybody.
Yeah.
And, like, guys that you wouldn't even think would be on Pronger's radar, Pronger's going at, which, you know, from an entertainment perspective, I do find it very funny.
Is it because he is, like, 9 years behind the curve on Twitter and
That
just
could be a
discovered
good
it,
point.
right? Like, that was the thing in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
You know, even more than 9 years ago, where you would go at somebody and
I could
people
see
would be
that.
like, oh, look at these two going at each other.
Yeah.
And he's just getting into that experience.
Yes. I think
Could
that
that
might
be?
be it.
Yeah.
I mean, or he just also gives no Fs.
That could
like
be it,
he
too.
kind of
I
did
mean,
when he played.
He's done everything.
He's kind of becoming Chris Pronger, the prick he was on the ice,
Yeah.
and just like guy who would look at somebody's skate and stomp on it.
Yep.
He's kind of becoming that guy on Twitter. And while it was frustrating when you watched your team play against him, or it was, you know, awesome when he played for the Oilers for the year for everybody who was in the market at the time. For me, just being kind of detached from it, I find it funny. Like, he'll just go at people and just ask like a really short question, be like, "Why do you say that?" And like he's looking for it.
Yeah.
Which I
very intriguing. It was a high stick. He did sell it.
Yeah, it was both. It was a high
Yeah.
stick, but he also made sure they knew it was a high stick.
That it was, and if you watch it, I mean, it's careless use of your stick. He tried to. Who was it that took that penalty? Mikola? Who's 77?
Yeah, that's Mikola. Mikola was
And
77.
he goes to like whack the puck away, and his stick flails up and hits McKinnon right on the kisser, and it's shaft to the kisser. Oh boy, that's a bad. I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Somebody said, you know, so somebody did text in earlier, Dusty, do you think if they had Bouchard on the team, they would have scored more than 2 goals in the last few games?
No.
Yeah, I said it yesterday. It was my beef on the Nielsen show. I mean, this team is going to a gold medal final. They've allowed 8 goals, I think, the entire tournament.
Yeah.
And scored. Well, how many goals did they score now? Because they've allowed 2 today, so I think that's 8 in the tournament.
Lost
And they
2
scored
to
3
France.
today, so I think they've scored 27. So is it 27? I think they've outscored. This is just off the top of my head. I think they've outscored the opposition 27-8. We don't necessarily need to be talking about Bedard and Scheifele and Bush right now.
No.
Like
It's pointless. It's wasted energy.
They're not going to all of a sudden be on the team. You can't do anything about it. If they lose in the gold medal final on Sunday morning and you want to bitch about it, have at her.
Yep.
But this team is undefeated. They have faced some significant adversity the last 2 games. Just let the guys who are there be there for now.
Bennington made a great blocker save in that last couple of minutes.
It went off of, it was the Aho shot.
Yeah.
And it looked like it got deflected on the way in.
And he
got the blocker.
just a solid save. That I will give him full credit and praise because we doubted him. I was on that train of doubting Bennington going into this tournament because I said, how do you start him if he's one of the worst goalies in the league? And he has been one of the worst goalies in the league this season, but he's found a way to dial it in. And he made a clutch save at the end of the last game, 2 clutch saves in the overtime win over the Czechs. And then, you know, a solid save there. And I think the goals that were scored against him, one was that Rantanen shot, boom, boom, off the face-off. That was...
You can't blame him for either.
Rantanen is one of the best players in the league. And then the Haula breakaway shorthanded. Great move. Great move. He's been good. I mean, guys are rising to the occasion.
Parkside texts in. I mean, the reffing has left something to be desired in this tournament.
Yep.
So
sure.
having to oversell things might be necessary, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, that's a... Yeah, that's... you're right. I mean, you're right on that. EMG says, McKinnon holds onto the puck too long to play him and McDavid for a long time together. I mean, we can say that, but
maybe.
When they've been together with Celebrini, they've basically absolutely dictated the pace of play. They're in the zone all the time. Like, do I think McDavid and McKinnon are a perfect fit for each other? No, I think Celebrini and McKinnon. Like, Celebrini, man. Like, the fact that Celebrini and McDavid, I should say.
McDavid, yeah.
Like, the fact that Celebrini, like, he basically thinks the game on McDavid's level.
Which is amazing.
Can he do all of the things that McDavid can do? No. But not many people have come along that can think the game at McDavid's speed and McDavid's level. And Celebrini's played with him for a week, and he fits in perfectly with this guy. Somebody, I think it was Troll. Take it for what it's worth. But I think it was Troll, maybe during the hangout. Oh, it was Troll who actually asked the boost question too. Anyway, at 11:30 this morning, Troll texted in and said, I'm a diehard Oilers fan, but I'm to the point where if McDavid wanted to bail and go to San Jose as a free agent in 3 years to try and win a cup with Celebrini, if the Oilers can't do it with him, I wouldn't even be mad. Because that's the point you're like, Connor, go get one. Like, it's not meant to be here. You gave the organization 13 or 14 years. Go get a cup. And Troll's like, at that point, I'd be okay with him going to play with Celebrini.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
Isn't that wild? What a sport. Pat in the county, yes, I am getting ready for Sunday. Thank you. Well played.
Rye Guy says it's hard to blame him for the goals against, but when casuals see 2 for 8, they go crazy. It's the Skinner effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially here in Edmonton, I guess, with goaltending, we've been kind of traumatized, I guess.
On tilt, as you put it.
Yeah, pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, well said.
Collingwood Rob says, we had the entire school gym for all the games in 1972, and they were on a school day. Did you read this already? No.
No, I didn't.
Except game 8. My dad and uncles and cousins kept us out of school, and we watched the game as a family. It is something that has stayed with me since I was 9 years old. I'm glad you did that for Marshall today.
Love that.
And yeah, the Muzz her teacher was playing it. They were watching the game.
Yeah.
So it's just like, the Muzz, she's already watching the game.
Do we like Marshall's teachers?
Well, he had a sub today. Like, imagine this. First of all, imagine if his regular teacher, imagine if she took the day off so she could watch the game.
Easiest sub. Yeah, but I thought about that when I heard Marshall was coming here.
Yeah. Like, imagine if the regular teacher was like, I want to watch the game. I'm going to stay home. And then if you're a sub, like, honestly, if you're a substitute teacher today,
all you have to do.
How do you not just put the game on?
All you have to do. Nobody's going to evaluate you poorly for that. Matter of fact, you probably become higher up the list.
I think Tam verified it that Marsh didn't like the substitute teacher already, like from previous days.
Okay,
so it's a sub. It's a sub that he didn't like.
I wouldn't like this sub if they didn't let me watch the semifinal game of the Olympics and Canada's playing.
Where is Marsh? We should get him in here just quickly, get his thoughts on this. Hey, Marshall.
Here he comes.
Where's Marsh?
Isn't he looking over your cards?
Yeah, Marshall's going through my cards.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of cards here. Where's Marshall? Trev, tell him to come in here whenever he's done doing. All right, come here. Come here, buddy. Get in here. Come get in here.
There he is. New Jersey.
There he is.
There
he is. There he is. You can come down a little bit lower there. Get down on your knee there. All right, so...
I'll just stand.
So how was your day today?
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I was able to get out of school.
Yeah. How come your teacher was not showing the game?
Oh, well, first of all, she was a sub. And, yeah, I think that's just really why.
That's really why. And you were working on a Black History Month project? And who's your focus?
LeBron James.
My man. That's my boy. He's doing a project on LeBron right now.
Well,
Brilliant.
Joaquin's like, why wasn't it me?
All right. What did you think of the game? What did you think of the finish? What did you think of watching it on the Hangout?
It was very nice. I can't believe that they won. I was a bit scared, like, when there was 1.4 seconds still left on the clock, offensive zone faceoff. I thought they might win it off the jaw, straight to the net, but I'm happy that Canada won. Excellent. Now, what do you think if they do play the United States in the gold medal final? And that's still to be determined. But if they do play the United States, what do you think their chances are? What will have to happen? Just Binnington plays strong if he's in net, and no really sloppy turnovers near the blue line on the offensive zone. All right, buddy. What are you doing right now? What are you doing at the office here? I'm just watching some things on your iPad and looking through cards. All right. Well, you get back to the best day of your life. All right. See you later, buddy.
Attaboy, Marsh.
There you go. That's Marshall, straight from grade 5. Absolutely loving it. He would still have to be in school right now, and that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. And good job. I love the way he was politically correct talking about his sub.
Yeah.
Because I think he wanted to say more. And he's like, ooh, I'm on the air right now. I shouldn't. And as Marsh was going through that, Joaquin Gage, the one and only, brought in gnocchi, which is phenomenal.
Okay, so what is gnocchi?
These are potato dumplings.
Okay.
With pasta sauce.
Okay.
That's it.
So it's a potato.
Yep. My Nona made the best gnocchi.
Very nice.
This is good. Joaquin made a tremendous gnocchi. on this lovely Friday. What a way to celebrate a Canadian victory.
Yeah, excellent way to celebrate a Canadian victory with, what do you call it? Gnocchi?
Gnocchi. Gnocchi.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
Some people call it gnocchi. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's not.
That's pretty good.
Oh, look at that. BP Tony. Tommy, BP Tony will give Dusty a mug. Good product placement. LOL, can't wait till Sunday. Come down, 5:30 a.m.
5:30
So
at the Westgate BPs.
BP 170th. They're going to be open. Tony, thank you, sir. This mug's awesome, by the way. I love it, and I love using it. So a daily feature for me.
It's a big one. It's nice. What do you got in there right now?
Coffee.
Coffee. Nick.
Sorry.
No.
Tony also said that this is called Chili Moose. That's the company. It's a Canadian company.
Oh, okay. You know what? That might be the most Canadian company name of all time. Chili Moose. That does make sense.
I really like this mug. So thank you, Tony.
Portions of the show brought to you by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. If you're looking for a bite to eat for lunch, 3-piece bone-in chicken, marinated for 12 hours, hand battered, just $8 at all Popeye's locations in the area. Nick in Spruce texts in.
Yes, sir.
Where's my water?
Did you leave it in the other room?
Hey, Marsh, bring me my water. I must have left it somewhere. It's probably in my office. That gnocchi makes me need a drink of water.
It's a bit salty. It's the sauce.
No, it's good. Nick in Spruce says, everybody keeps coming at that McLean with they're all puck carriers. They don't work together, as if these guys will forget how to play hockey when they aren't driving a line. These are the best players in the world. Thanks, buddy. Yes, you can take those cards and look through them too. They know where they would want the players to be, where they will be themselves. I hate the puck carrier argument. Yeah, in this situation, that's what I said. Like, does McKinnon carry the puck a little bit too much for my liking? Sure, he does. Is he a perfect fit with Connor McDavid? No, but they're two of the top, 4 players in the world? 3 players in the world?
Yeah.
Put them out there. Let them play hockey. They're going to be insanely difficult to contain. And I really hope we don't get to the point where they're down to the U.S. 2-0, and then Cooper goes, all right, we're going to go nuclear again. Like, just start them. Yeah. Just play them from the beginning. Just go out, take the bull by the horns, and bury these guys on Sunday morning. That's what I think about that.
I hope so. I respect that very much. People asking if that is homemade or store-bought. I'll tell you guys this. Gager comes in here, and I think it's store-bought because he whipped it together pretty quickly. Like, we don't have a full kitchen here. We have, we added a burner, like a standard
We've got
burner.
like a little one hot plate burner type of thing.
We have an air fryer and then kind of like an air fryer oven. We've got a kettle. We've got a coffee pot. We have enough to whip some stuff together. And Gager, he goes to work and he does it really quickly. Has about an hour before his show, and he'll whip together like a gnocchi. Or like the other day, we had those chicken tacos that he made that were fantastic.
Yeah, even I tried those.
And you liked it.
There was a bunch of stuff in
there.
there that I usually would not touch.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely terrific.
Yeah. So good.
Saskatoon Muncher says this whole strategy of locking things down when you have the lead, especially for an extended period of time, just doesn't work nowadays. Need to keep pressing for more. It reminds me of what teams do this versus the others. Here's the thing. We can say Finland was locking them down, but they weren't. They gave up over 30. What were the final shot? It's not like Finland.
It's like they got doubled up, I think, by the end of it. Here, I have the game sheet.
But it's not like Finland shut them down and locked it down and held them to 21 shots.
It's 39-17.
Yeah, they gave up 39 shots. They weren't even locked. You can't call it locking it down. You call it hanging on by a thread.
Hanging on. Jay said prevent defense prevents you from winning. I think I hope I'm not butchering that saying, but he dropped it on the hang. They basically went into a shell as soon as they went up 2-0. And I thought they did, and I said it. I thought that Finland did a good job of protecting the middle of the ice in front of Saros. And Saros, when he had looks at pucks, he stopped them. When did Canada score? The game winner was you're going across the ice. That's Royal Road. Belzy talks about like the chance of a goal happening when you cross the middle of the ice in the offensive zone is like 30%. Listen, I don't know. I go off what Belzy tells me. And the Theodore goal, there was traffic around Saros. He had time to get up and reset after Holland knocked Marchand into him. I know he wanted the goalie interference, but I'm sorry. Like I miss battling for positioning. And I know that things in the NHL specifically, but hockey has a trickle-down effect. When the goalies just flop around and they don't battle for positioning, it seems so cheesy. It's like a cop-out to me, but I understand the crease is supposed to be theirs. But Haula not... Like, even if that goal did get challenged, it was Haula knocking Marchand into Saros. And Saros had time to get up, reset, and he got a piece of that shot from Theodore, and it still went in. Maybe he didn't like getting knocked into.
Yeah.
But it was his own guy that did it. So I even if that one, I think that would have stood up as a goal too. However, that's just my instinct. But with how things are called with interference, I don't know what the international rule, if they're even softer than the NHL rules are, then maybe what I'm saying is all for naught and it would get called back. But that's how I saw it. Anyway, the first Canadian goal, that was, which one?
The deflection, Reinhart.
Another shot through some traffic and someone's in front. Great. That's they got to the middle. They penetrated the middle.
I like, I love, and Nick and Spruce also texting and says, man, I love that Wilson Bennett Marchand line. I want them against the Kachuk line. Now, Canada will have last change. I would think you probably do that. I just like them as an energy line. Like, to me, I would get it down to the McDavid line with McKinnon. I would go with that Bennett line. And then I would, and those guys, all three of those guys have won cups.
Do you like
the Bennett
Stone?
line?
Do you like Stone?
I'm okay with Stone, Marner, and Suzuki.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time I have in a third period of gold medal game to keep running Horvat and Hagel and Jarvis out there.
Yeah. Jarvis had a good chance in the third.
Jarvis lost a battle in the third along the boards that I absolutely hated. Like, he just straight up
lost it.
Just didn't engage.
See,
I was just like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here?
Jarvis and Suzuki, I think they're kind of listed around the same size. But with Suzuki, he plays a bigger man's game than Jarvis.
Yeah.
When
Suzuki does?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Maybe he is a little bit bigger, but his ability to battle effectively, aka win battles and races, I think is a little bit stronger than Jarvis's.
Let's get into the Play Alberta numbers game here. Calvin CMC over on YouTube today. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart, you can text us at 780-218-9999. Tell your friends how easy it is to stream Edmonton Sports Talk all day long on those free apps. We'd love to have them hop on board here as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit us up in the nasty chat, hammer the thumbs up, and sub to the channel as we work our way to its 14,100. Says, does Crosby decide if he plays on Sunday, or is Cooper making the final decision? What percentage healthy are you comfortable with Crosby playing at? 70%. So that's how we tied into the numbers game here for Play Alberta. I mean, it's a great question. Like, if Sidney Crosby goes, I'm 60%, do you go, okay, I'd rather have Sidney Crosby at 60% for 8 minutes, or Seth Jarvis at 100% for 8 minutes?
I'd take Sidney Crosby
also take
all day, every day. Just to have
I
him
put Jarvis in there because I think he'd probably be the one, but maybe Reinhart would be the guy.
Sure.
They wouldn't take Reinhart. He's on
well,
top
what
power
about
play
Bennett?
unit.
People are getting mad at Bennett for the penalty.
No, man. I would leave Bennett with Wilson and
all right.
And Marchand.
Spit disturbers.
Yeah. So, like, to me, I'd rather have the presence of Sidney Crosby out there than a guy who's going to play 8 minutes and maybe not play in the final 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. You put the legend.
You still have 12 forwards.
Yep.
Like, you would still have 12 healthy forwards.
Yep.
So you could still, if you wanted, run Horvat, Hagel, and Reinhart, and then you mix in Sid on power plays. You mix in Sid, in some critical moments. If he has to go and take a key faceoff for you, their faceoffs suck.
They did.
So if he has to go and take a key faceoff, you do that. So, I mean, I'm sure some people would maybe debate. No, nobody's going to debate this. It's Sidney freaking Crosby.
How do you?
If he says he can play, even if he tells you he's at 60%, okay, man, you're in. You're Sidney Crosby. You're the captain of this team.
Yep.
Even if you only get 8 minutes or 9 minutes, it's the most valuable 9 minutes Sidney Crosby will ever play in a hockey game.
We talk about Steve Yzerman playing on one leg at the 2002 Olympics. Remember, he had the scope like 3 weeks prior. Could you imagine Crosby playing 8 minutes on Sunday, getting an assist or just making a pivotal play.
Yeah.
And the legend of Sidney Crosby
It just
played
grows.
on one, and then we find
He's
out
out for the rest of the season.
he's got a tear in his knee, but he played that game and he was crucial in the win. You write a book.
That's a I mean,
you get that screenplay going for crying out
the
loud.
final chapter. I still think there might be an outside chance he plays in the next Olympics, but if it is, the final chapter of Sidney Crosby is playing on one leg for a gold medal, and he does something in that game that swings it. That would be
That thing's got Oscar written all over it.
That'd be a pretty interesting way to sort of wrap this thing up.
Yep.
Casino Dealer Jay says it would be pretty legacy though if Crosby got the game-winning goal injured and didn't play again the rest of the year.
I would thrust him into the top 5 of all time immediately.
Dave in Section T says, does Wilson beat the crap out of Brady Tkachuk? No, but how physical do you think that game would be?
I think it'll be a
Think it'd be
battle.
pretty nasty? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the pent-up animosity from Four Nations. You were there in Boston. What a game.
It was incredible.
Oh, boy.
Like it was...
This, if it happens, might be able to top
Well,
that.
it's interesting because like the last 3 big Canadian moments, I was at the Four Nations final in a suite. It was the best thing ever. And then today I was here with all you guys and my son.
What a moment.
And then on Sunday, I'm going to be with 45 listeners at an airport bar getting ready to go to Mexico. Like these are 3 pretty incredible sort of moments.
We're lucky.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think Rip City was saying, if Sid comes back in, do you leave Reinhardt on the power play? Or do you take him out and leave Celebrini on the power play? Because Celebrini has replaced Crosby on the power play.
Right. I might take Celebrini off.
But
you can change it in game.
You could, but I think Cooper would take Celebrini back off.
Yeah.
Not to say like Celebrini is special, so I don't want this. This is not a slight, but I could see as far as the power play is set up, Celebrini and Crosby being redundant in the role that they would play.
Yeah.
But that being said, I also think Sid's such a beast. I'd throw him in front of the net and let everybody else just cook, and Sid can just get in there and battle and bang one in.
Be the best bumper of all time. That's a good idea.
Saskatoon Muncher says Crosby comes back for the gold medal game, but leaves the C on McDavid's chest, officially passing the torch. Is that possible?
Captain Duck. That's Charlie Conway giving up his spot on the roster to Adam Banks.
To get Banks in.
By the way, I watched the video on that movie
Do you think
and how
Conway
it makes no
should have
sense.
done that?
It made no sense. Like you could have taken out a worse player.
That's what I mean.
Like why did Tom,
should Bombay have not been like, let's get
Tommy Wu out of there, or Kenny Wu or whatever his name was?
So was that Mighty Ducks 2?
Yeah. Woo woo woo, Kenny Wu. I think he scored in the gold medal game against Iceland.
Yeah, there had to have been. Well, you know, maybe there weren't worse players than Conway on the American team.
But then
Because they brought in all the best talents from around.
Yeah.
And he's just a District 5 Duck.
He's the Captain Duck.
Yeah.
But did you not find it odd that in D3, Conway was all of a sudden like the best player on the team outside of Adam Banks?
He's probably continued to go through puberty a little bit more. Late bloomer. Look at Parayko.
Right.
I mean, Parayko didn't have anything going for him until he got up to Fort Mac.
Right.
And then sort of the little bit, I don't want to compare Charlie Conway to, but I'm just thinking as far as late bloomers go, like very late bloomers, Parayko would be one of the examples I guess I would use.
You know who would be the perfect guy to take off? Averman.
Oh, yeah, I definitely would have taken Averman.
In all 3 movies, did
Is it Averman or Aberman?
I think it was both.
I think it was. I think it might have been.
Sometimes there was Aberman. Sometimes they'd say Averman. Sometimes a guy was right-handed. Sometimes a guy was left-handed. In the same sequence, for crying out loud. Sometimes Adam Banks was right-handed. Sometimes Adam Banks was left-handed. Adam Banks celebrated his own penalty shot in D1.
Yeah, that was the bad one.
So bad.
When they cut back and Banks was on the bit cheering, that was not good.
Aren't you shooting right now?
Do you know Averman?
Bad edit.
Do you know it is Averman? Do you know his first name?
Lester.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Lester Averman.
Because he was hilarious. But
he was funny.
In all 3 films, did he ever score a goal? Maybe.
I mean, he might have banged one in a montage.
Right.
But I don't remember him having anything critical on ice-wise ever.
Be honest with you, don't remember him
Definitely
touching the puck.
could have taken Averman out instead of Conway.
I would have kept Captain Duck in.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
He was always the guy. He was always the guy who was like, looking to score. Coach, you going like that guy. That was
Shut up,
Averman,
Averman.
right? Yeah. That was
Well, and that's the one in D2 when they get together for the first practice and they're playing against the guys that were scouted to be brought in.
Yeah.
And he stops mid-play to talk to Bombay to take a sip of water, pulls off his visor, and Bombay goes, haven't you guys been training in the offseason? He's sipping on water with
I
the
know he
straw.
forgot something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I remember that one.
I've never stopped in the middle of a play to sip water and flip up my cage or mask.
There wasn't there's no way they could have had a hockey advisor on that movie.
They needed one.
Right. I feel like the director or, what do they call them? The showrunner, like the number 2 guy. They might have been like, oh, I know hockey. I know hockey a little bit. Like I watch hockey. I can deal with some accuracies here. Luke in Cowtown says, can they share the C? Just have Velcro on it and hand it off after each shift? I think that would be a phenomenal story if Sid's like, I'm playing Connor, you keep the C. But Connor would be like, no, you're Sidney Crosby.
Oh my God.
You're taking the C.
How
you have the C. No, you have the C.
They would have to do that.
Yeah. That is probably how it would be. 780-218-9999. 83 Runner says Averman took himself out, I believe. But he healthy scratched himself?
I think he was that shitty.
He wasn't a very good player.
No, he wasn't. I don't know why they brought him back.
He was movie comic relief.
That's a good point.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. The B-Man, the Great Bambino.
He was funny.
He was.
He was pretty funny. Goldberg was funny.
Yeah.
Knuckle Puck, Keenan Thompson.
Legend.
He was pretty funny. He's been on SNL since.
He is Mr. SNL.
Yeah.
I think he's been on 25 years now.
Yeah, I think at least.
Yeah. And
which is a crazy run.
Yeah.
And he is so funny. Like he is
great.
one of the guys that does make me laugh out loud when he's doing bits.
Yeah. And he's got a good tie-in with the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL, and it all stems from D2.
Oh, although I would say he went into the Ducks room. Was it the Ducks recently? It must have been the Ducks. He went in to announce their lineup. And it was really awkward. I don't know if it's just because maybe hockey players, some of them don't have a great sense of humor. But he was sort of doing shtick, and there was no laughs.
Yeah.
And I was like, this seems kind of weird.
There was a moment in my second year of junior where I looked around at my teammates and I listened to them speak. A lot of them poor English, not because they were from a different country or place, just because they were ignorant and didn't bother to learn the language properly. And the stuff they were saying, I was like, wow, these guys are idiots, and I love them. And I could see their, humor, stuff like that would be something that they wouldn't catch on. So yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah.
Hockey players are of a certain cloth, and the subtleties and the quick quips might elude them, if you will.
Dudley texts in and says, Lester Averman did score in the Mighty Ducks movie series, specifically netting 2 goals against Germany in D2 The Mighty Ducks.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you, Dudley.
Did. Thank you, Dudley.
Thanks, man. Troll says, I've said this before. When I was a kid, I used to hate the coach in D3. Now I think he was right, and Charlie is a whiner.
Yep.
What was...
It was harsh lessons in D3. They had to call Bombay back, and he was back to being a lawyer, and he's like...
Yeah, I haven't watched D3 enough. In fact, we haven't watched the Mighty Ducks movies with the kids yet.
D3...
I don't know why we haven't done that.
There was a lot of adversity and stuff, dark undertones in D3 when I was a kid. That I'm like, I don't like this one. It's a little too real.
Pat in the county says, guys, Triple Deke was just stick handling really wide.
Yep. Touche.
I always hate he's like, it's the Triple Deke. And he goes, 1, 2, 3.
It's like
Triple Deke. And I thought, are you starting the move after the 1, 2, 3? Because it wasn't even smooth, because it was like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then you still pull it back and shoot it.
And remember, Julie the cat's like, that's 1.
Yeah, she's counting it down.
2.
Yeah.
3, and he stops
And then fires a clapper.
And everyone's like, oh my God.
Yeah, doesn't Bombay come over? He goes, I know this guy. He's going to do the Triple Deke.
Yeah.
And then she
He's
counts
fancy.
it. And then he stops, claps it, and she stops it, and you're like, oh my God, Like nobody reacts.
Yeah.
And you're like, is it in her glove? And then she turns and drops it.
Yeah.
I mean, dramatic wise, it was,
Yeah.
I can see what they were going for, but
You'd get
my
pumped
God.
up.
I mean, as far as movies in general go, did I love them? Yes. Were they great movies?
No.
Probably not when you look back on it now. All right, so Paul Coffey's in town.
Yeah, today's
Nice.
supposed to be
Rolled in on Friday.
lovely.
Get things sorted out. and
Let's
we'll
see how
where
this goes. That's great.
Somebody asked on 3 questions today, if the goaltending continues to struggle, will they bring back Schwartzy? Let me ask you this about Coffey.
All right.
Is this the last time he gets brought back? Like if
Buddy.
or are we sitting here in 3 years and going, man, so-and-so who's now been coaching for 2 years, I don't know if he's getting it done. And then you're like, oh, they're going to bring Coffey back in. And we go, no, that would be kind of silly. And then they do. Or is this the last stand for Cates with Coffey on the bench, you think?
I don't know. And I've been thinking about this since Tuesday. I want it to work. I'll start with that. I can't believe how things are run. And things that I thought were just kind of like rumors and partly true about how things were done in the organization. On Tuesday, when that announcement was made, I was like, oh my God, it is fully true. Uh-oh.
That's kind of stuff that I've been leaning towards for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have said this for the last couple of days. I have serious concern about how this operation continues on.
You sound like the team's going to fold, buddy.
No. And I don't want to hit. I don't want to hit the
operation continues on.
I'll just say this: there's only one team in the National Hockey League, hell, maybe even pro sports, that operates like this, and to me, it's messed up. And I'm only going to say that it's very messed up. The New York Jets have an owner that takes advice from his son, who bases his opinion on football players by their rating and how they perform in the EA Sports Madden game. And I'm looking at this going, holy F, for the sake of the fans, I hope this works. I'm not saying that the owner here does this. I'm just saying, like, when the time comes and everything comes out, people will be like, and especially if this falls flat on its face, wow. Am I summing it up? Because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think so. Like, let's.
And if I'm being over dramatic, please tell me.
No. Here's the thing with the Coffey thing.
Yeah.
It is
But I hope it works.
in the here and now. In the here and now, right now for this team, like in a vacuum, maybe it is what they need.
Maybe.
You can throw out the numbers of. You can throw the numbers of how many goals they allow when he's there. You can't argue those. Those are stats. I mean, you can't argue those. It looks good. So maybe in the here and now, this is what this team needs. Mm-hmm. But I said it yesterday on the morning show. I will stand by it. Even if it is what the team needs right now, this is not normal. This is not how organizations work. This is like This is the third time they've brought Coffey in and put him on the bench. This is 8 months after the rest of the coaching staff was like, no, this is it. We're good. We're going to do this together. That does, and you can say, well, Dusty, you're being, you're exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Go find me another example of this exact thing where owner places advisor on bench, looks like it works. They lose an assistant coach to go be a head coach somewhere else. They tell their current coach, you put your staff together. He puts staff together. Advisor goes back to simply just advising. And then the team battling for first spot in the division, all of a sudden has the advisor placed by the owner back on the bench.
Yeah.
Like that has not happened. There's no comparable. So that the whole way it has happened is weird and not normal.
Yes.
Does it work right now to help this team? I hope so. I think it possibly could.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that this is only an Edmonton Oilers thing.
Yes. Very well said. That you summed that up so well. And again, like I've been thinking, I thought about it yesterday. I popped on 2 guys and a goalie for a bit. And Dusty, someone said to me from the team, there would always be these crazy rumors we'd hear around the building, and they'd end up just being rumors. But now, recently, and this was after the Skinner trade, those crazy rumors are becoming realities. And on Tuesday, when that announcement was made, I'm like, holy crap. Because there were things that I had heard. I'm like, well, Hockey Ops doesn't want this rumor to come to fruition, but sounds like there is a legitimate discussion happening about it. But if Hockey Ops doesn't want it, then who the hell wants this? And for the most part, those rumors wouldn't become realities. But lately they have, and I'm going, well, I got it wrong. Like the Skinner trade. The Skinner trade was when that comment was made to me, that those crazy rumors that used to just die around here are now starting to happen. And literally, I was with 2 people from Oilers and 1 person from the Penguins a couple games prior. It was like 5 days prior to the trade happening. And they were openly mocking the trade. Openly mocking it. And I was like, well, I don't think this deal's happening. And then 5 days later, I'm talking to all of the same people. I'm like, what the hell happened a week ago? And all of a sudden, we're talking about it. And both sides were like, well, Oilers side gave in, and then the Penguin side called it Oilers folding.
Parkside texts in and says, Stoff did say he'll write a book one day filled with all the things he wasn't allowed to say, which I would also like to suggest another follow-up book is written. That's all. I'll say that. This one's in and says, there is a comparable. It's when the Oilers brought in Jeff Jackson to be Ken Holland's boss and handcuffed Ken Holland for every move he had to make for the remainder of his period as the GM.
If you found out whose idea that was, I'll just leave it there.
All right. Keep those coming in here at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. But man, I'll tell you, I don't want to hang all of their defensive problems on the blue line and the goaltending, because I think overall as a team,
good reminder,
they're not playing very well defensively. But is there room for improvement with Darnell Nurse?
Yep.
Yes. Is there room for improvement with Wallman? God, I hope so, because his deal hasn't even kicked in yet.
No.
And are you hoping that Coffey can help Stastny and continue to help Emberson? I think for those 2 younger guys, valuable asset on the bench. You always have to be careful what you say about Bouch, because a lot of people say Bouch doesn't need any fixing. But if Coffey can help Bouchard as well, then that'll be great. That'll help things.
Yeah.
I'm still not necessarily sold on Tristan Jarry being the guy. I like Connor Ingram.
So do I.
I hope we see a little bit more of him down the stretch.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where it goes from there.
Dusty, I'll conclude my bit of this right with this. Like if Paul Coffey helps give these guys a little bit of swagger, maybe opens their eyes up to doing things a different way that is more successful, helps them find their game. Whatever he does, if he can do that for a short period of time, great. You're right about the team defense. Will the goaltending hold up? We should see, or we shall see. But I also think that this will ultimately be a playoff team. Do I think they have the horses to go as far as they have in the prior couple of years? No, I don't. But I
deadline's still to come. But
deadline's still to come, and we'll see what they can do. They're so tight against the cap, among other teams. And I also think next year and the year after will be very much bounce back years where they are right there if the right moves are made.
Well, that's the thing. And right now, I would think Bowman and Jackson combined have probably made less good moves than bad moves so far. I don't think that's unfair to say. I mean, we're sitting here looking at Frederick. We're sitting here looking at Mangiapane again. We're looking at the guys they brought in last year that didn't work. I mean,
Jeff Skinner just got bought out.
Pod Colson's been good.
Terminated.
I mean,
contract.
Yeah, so it's massive offseason. And now they're hoping that Coffey can come in and get them back on track defensively to make something out of this year as well.
Hopefully.
And maybe that is the case.
Hopefully.
All right, what's coming up in EST Afternoons, Zacticum?
So much to get to on this busy Friday show. Of course, more reflection on the 3-2 win for Canada over Finland. We'll get into the future opponent in the gold medal game. Of course, the game is going to get underway between the United States and Slovakia. We got Zach to the future, and Ben Steiner from Sports Illustrated, who's covering the Olympics, will check in as well. And Zach to the future does have a twist today, but just tune in and see what it is.
Look at you with the tease.
That's
The little
good.
tease,
That's
sprinkle
good.
it in there. Yeah.
Salt Bay.
Oil Street is brought to you by Boston Pizza.
Boston Pizza, Curtis, Tony, and the crew at BP 170 is saying they are open at 5:30 a.m. on Sunday with liquor service. Of course, food available as well. You can get a hold of them and book your table. So Curtis and Tony are open for Sunday at 5:30 a.m. BP 170th.
All right, that is going to do it for the oil stream. By the time I come back, I think they'll be done that California trip.
We'll see what
So
happens.
if people are going to be loving it or they're going to be freaking out before the deadline, which should be a lot of fun.
Have a great trip.
Yeah, thanks, man. We'll see how this goes.
Have a great trip,
Got to
Nasties.
look after Lieutenant Eric. For Tommy Gazzola, I'm Dustin Nielsen. Take it easy. EST Afternoons coming up next.